up here at the Mid-State Trail in north central Pennsylvania. We're going to connect up a section of the Mid-State Trail that we didn't get to finish whenever last year, whenever we were up here. I had that the issue with what I'm calling the knee pit, whatever it's called back here. So we're going to do 13 miles today and then 10 tomorrow. That'll finish connecting up that loop. So this is the parking lot where we got on the Mid-State Trail last year when we did the PA Wilds Trail. So we should have beautiful weather today, and see what the trail holds for us. We're about roughly 2.5 miles into things right now, and so far the trail has been extremely easy. Pretty much flat since we left the car. In fact, a lot of this has been looking like almost cross-country skiing trails. We are about a little over 3 miles in from where we started, and nice reliable creek here, and a nice looking campsite over here. And we got a teapot too. You can definitely make hammocks work for sure. There's probably some flat enough spots for some tents. Headed south to Little Pine State Park. That's a campsite for tonight. So I guess we're going into Bark Cabin Natural Area. The Blackwell Hotel. You got a hotel over there?
I didn't see them.
I don't know where that either. We got 6 miles in so far, and we are on this nice, super easy section of trail right here. This nice pine needles to walk on. No blowdowns. Nice and flat. Mid-State Trail, aka the metric system trail. So they forgot to measure this one in kilometers. Got a few new pieces of gear that I'm trying out. Got new shoes. Same as the exact same as my last pair. The Lone Peak. Another thing I'm trying out are these arm sleeves. A couple reasons. I got a trip coming up later this year. I'm almost definitely going to want to be using them. But right now, out here on this perfectly sunny day with no leaf cover, trying not to get sunburned. Made that mistake before. Some of the things I like about this, it has those thumb holes, which you can't see right now, but thumb hole right there. Also, where they stop up here, kind of lets your armpits breathe, get a nice airflow. And they are treated with some kind of like SPF 50, is it UPF 50 or whatever it is. Pretty comfortable so far, and they're staying in place. We're gonna get off the Mid-State for a little bit. We're gonna take this Panther Run Trail, which goes right down the hill. It's gonna save us. I was looking at the map. If we continue on the Mid-State over this way, there's like an 800-foot straight up climb over a half a mile, no switchbacks or nothing. And then it just flattens out and goes right back down again. So the pointless up and down PUD, we're gonna eliminate by heading down here for about 1.1 miles, and then we'll have a road walking to camp from there. After looking at the maps a little bit more, these yellow blazes continue over here, so we're going to continue over this way for a little bit until we get to the next downhill, which should be Etta Vista. That should also be Panther Run Trail, I believe. Now, this trail's on the far out. This is listed as Monument Rock. I don't get it. It's a good hiding spot for some snakes, though. There's Monument Rock. This is about 50 yards past that last thing that was labeled Monument Rock. This one's a little bit more interesting, I guess. But this is not exactly the one that's labeled on them. Where it's supposed to be on the app. And we're right up on the top of this ridge. We got drop off over there. There's the Pine Creek Valley over there. Not sure what valley this is over here. All right, this is what we were looking for. Mid-State continues over there, Orange Blazes. And that also will go to Love Run, which Love Run would bring us out at the same spot as Panther Run was going to bring us out. So we'll head this way on Panther Run. This is the vista. Kind of too many trees in the way for the most part. Our trail is going to continue right down there. If we just stayed on the Mid-State Trail, we would have had to cut up this valley, over here and then cut back this direction and then climb straight up that mountain somewhere. And then have to come right back down off the mountain. So this will keep us from doing that. These boulders are nicer than the Monument Rock. Okay, this is pretty cool. The trail goes over there. And, I'm gonna check this out. Yeah, this is really cool. Oh, that is total rattlesnake den right there. Oh, a little tunnel. All right, here we are. We're 10 miles in on the day, according to Gaia. And we got to begin our road walk here. So, as you see, Panther Run Trail. And I'm not sure how long the road walk is. We'll find out once we get to camp, because this will take us right to the campsite. We got an eagle watch area over here. So there's the park office up there. And straight to the campground. You got swimming, restrooms, boat rental over here. Looks like pretty nice bathrooms over there. Guess they're even open yet. And alcoholic beverages prohibited. Boo. The reservoir over here actually is Pine Creek itself. And there's a earthen dam right up here. I just checked on the Gaia map, and I'm calling this Little Pine Lake. We got about a third of the road walk done so far, so I'm going to estimate probably close to a mile of road walk from where we got off the trail to the campground. It's a DCNR fire truck. I've never seen one of them. Hurricane Agnes flood of 72 went over the spillway. Look at how big this dam is. It went over the spillway. There's the campground we're going to be camped at. So yeah, it made it all the way over that spillway over there. That's crazy. Right after the dam, there's this trail that parallels the road over here. So we're going to take the trail down to the campground. Okay, this is working out perfectly. This is way closer than I thought. So here's the entrance for the campground. And there is the bar/restaurant, which we'll be partaking of after we set up camp. Orange blazes, so the actual trail itself does come right through the campground, Mid-State Trail. There are 5 tent sites up here. Last I looked, there was only one of them that was reserved for tonight. So we're gonna go scope out the other 4 and pick the best one, and then we'll just drop the money in the honors box, which I'm assuming is somewhere up here. For this being mid-April, there's a lot of people up here. Ranger. So they got these cabins you can rent. Those are pretty sweet. And they got yurts over there too. That's pretty cool. I just checked out tent site number 1. That's right over there. Here is where the Mid-State Trail cuts back up into the woods, right behind tent site number 1. So they did use the kilometers on this one.
Oh yeah.
It's 5 o'clock. We checked out a couple of tent-only sites, and I think we're just going to do this one here. This is like not officially a tent site, but it has a tent pad. This is number 46, and we're right across in the bathrooms and right next to the road, so hopefully it's not too noisy. I got my trees picked out here. A little while ago on trail, I walked right past this. It was right next to the trail. Turkey decoy. So Becky trail shot that she's gonna take it home. Right there's where we would have come down the hill if we'd stayed on the MST. We'd have been coming down off of that mountain. I got the chicken sandwich, fries, Corona. But he's got some kind of ravioli with chicken or something.
Yep. Some kind of something.
A bottle of Bud Light.
Gross.
Gross bottle. So we'll get the reviews done after we leave here. This is Happy Acres. Here's my my review of the food in that bar. I did not like what I had at all. Like they screwed up my order, and what they did give me wasn't good. I had seen mixed reviews from this place when I was researching it. Becky, any good on your meal? Yeah. It was.
I mean, it wasn't horrible. I guess it is what it is. I got what I asked for, at least.
Yeah. Well, at least I didn't have to pour like boiling water into a dehydrated meal. Anytime you can do that on trail, don't have to do that on trail is good.
Yeah, but $40 later.
Yeah, it was expensive in there. Before it gets too dark, take a look at camp here. Fire, put these logs for chairs, and it is 50 degrees right now. So, Becky's tent. And so I had to come up with something over here, and I had this planned already ahead of time. Well, not this, but I wanted to mess around with my whoopee slings again, so I haven't really used them much. So I do have the whoopee slings hooked up. But over here, I'm going to leave this in the snake skins. It's not supposed to rain tonight. I need to get a new snake skin apparently. This one's seen better days. But over here, I did not have enough line to reach. So what I did was I took another piece of line here, and I made 2 loops on it and fed one through the other and just brought it out like this and hooked the eye hook onto it like that so I could reach. And like I said, hopefully it doesn't rain tonight, because this is not going to really cover what I need to cover. I mean, I could always use my my old school method of hanging my my rain kilt over the end of it. It's not gonna rain. I forgot while I was researching this that there's a little cemetery over here, right in the middle of the campground. I'm gonna check it out. Wow, there's some old graves here. Look at it. You can't even read some of these. See if we can find some kind of dates. 1860 to 1913. There's a John Connor. And another John Connor. I'm confused here. April 3rd, 1816. Oh, okay. I got it. This is wife of John Connor. That makes sense. G-A-R. Is that not American Revolution? There's a newer looking one over here. It's the only one that's like a newer one. 7:30 in the morning. And here at camp. And it is 34 degrees. It got down to 31. That's like 10 degrees colder than it was supposed to get down to. Apparently this is the baby hanging station. It's 8:30, half an hour ahead of schedule. It's 37 degrees, and we're about to roll out of camp. Should be about 10 miles today. Something on the kiosk board back at the state park that mentioned about mid-state trail hikers. You know, if you're doing like some kind of section hike or something, that they will allow you to leave a car in the extra car parking lot over there at the campground. I think it said something about just call and get, you know, make arrangements with the park office. So just anybody that's looking to do some section hiking out here, it's a possibility. All right, Becky was craving something chocolate at the bar last night, so we're gonna do the unveiling here and see what this all is about.
We didn't even see it yet. They taped it up. No idea if it's cake or pie. We don't know.
It's supposed to be double chocolate or triple chocolate.
Oh, and they wrapped it up.
Looking pretty triple chocolatey.
Yeah, it is. All right.
We'll get the, oh, it's got a little design on the top too. All right, I'm trying this out in the field for the first time. It worked at home. So I'm taking my water bottle and I take this sport cap off. And I took an old cap and dremeled out the top and super glued in a garden hose filter to get out all the little floaty things. So I'll filter the water into there, and I'll drop in an aqua tab, and that'll kill anything that the filter didn't get. Now, between my new invention, my new water system invention, I don't have to worry about it freezing, but I also don't have to worry about it doing this, where the filter was working fine at home, and now it's just dribbling out. So yeah, it looks like a pretty nice swimming hole over there. We're gonna cross this bridge, go across the road, and then we have our only big uphill of the entire trip. This is even nicer than I thought. Check this out. Good thing for this bridge. Nice. Why did they put the handrail right in the middle of the bridge? That's about one of the stupidest things I've seen. Yeah, that's got to be like at least 6 feet deep right there. Okay, took us about 25 minutes to come up through that hollow there. And it is flattening out, but after this flat section, we have another climb up to the top. It's going to be about equivalent to what we just did. It's 10 minutes to 11, and it's 66 degrees. Get it in the camera here. So it's warmed up. In just over 3 hours, it's warmed up like 32 degrees. That's a pretty nice little cave there. Like if I was a porcupine, I'd live in there. Got these stupid humans walking past your house all the time.
Well, it's the mid-state trail. So it's popular.
All right, 11 o'clock. And it looks like all of our climbing is done for this trip. Well, we're down here by, I think this is called Ramsey Run. And we just stopped to take a break. We're about 6.15 miles in on the day. And apparently when we were scoping things out for what we had on today's agenda, I thought there was only that one big uphill, but we have another one coming up. It's not as bad as that first one we did. This will definitely be our last uphill. It'll be 700 feet of gain, but it's over a mile length. That's the trail right there. Good water source, and they got another one of these bridges with the handrail right in the middle of the bridge. There's a campsite right here. I guess you could probably make some hammock trees work. Kind of tight for a small tent right there or there. Okay, we officially have all of our uphills done for the day and for the entire backpacking trip. So we're coming out to a vista over here. It's just off the main trail. It's supposed to be called Klein Ridge Vista. Yeah, that is pretty nice. All right, we're going to be starting our final downhill any minute now. Nowhere else we can go but down. So we got less than 2 miles to the car. I went these whole 2 days without any song in my head, and I finally one just popped into my head, so let's make it song of the day. We're going Iron Maiden, The Trooper. That was a long downhill. Finally done, and we're coming into Ramsey, I guess, a village. We call it a village. I don't think there's any stores or anything. We just got this short road walk up to the parking lot, and we just hit 10 miles on the day. All right, back here at the parking lot. This is there's a rails to trails right here, and the trail continues that way to towards Bonnell Flats campground, and so this is where we ended the last time we were up here, and this is settled by the wagon master for George Washington's army. We are obviously back in the car, headed back up to my car, and so wrapping things up here. Yesterday was a piece of cake compared to today. Today was really a lot more elevation, ups and downs, and way more rocky. So I'll put yesterday's stats in right here, and then I'll put today's stats in right here, and check out the difference in the elevation profiles. And then I'm going to put a screenshot of the GPS tracking that I got. I'm going to make yesterday's track blue, and I'll make today's track yellow, so you can see the differences. At least we had some good weather for it. I was actually really surprised we didn't see any snakes out there. The only really wildlife I remember seeing was like scared out three grouse on separate occasions yesterday.
Yeah.
That's the only thing I can remember. Yeah, other than that, I'm glad we got this section connected to the MST. So we got 83 miles, I think it was, of the MST done. I don't think I got anything else for this. Nothing I'm forgetting. There's water sources. There's plenty of water sources. But if you're going to do this, if you're going to do any kind of significant mileage at all on the MST, just get the download the trail on the Far Out app. It's going to make things so much easier. I think that's everything I wanted to mention about this one. So I'm glad we had the state park to campground at. It was like $26.50 for that campsite. Put the money in the owner's envelope. So anyways, I'm rambling on now, so we'll just call this one a wrap, and thanks for watching.